All right, let's dive right into another deep dive.
Ah,
Today, it's all about Arsenal's wild draw against Manchester United at Old Trafford, no
a
less.
historic rivalry for sure.
Definitely. And we've got all the details straight from Al Jazeera. Their match reports and live updates really paint the picture.
This game was huge for both teams. Huge.
Absolutely. And for different reasons. Like, you have Arsenal trying to keep pace in the title race with Liverpool.
Oh, yeah, they started the match 16 points behind.
16 points. Talk about pressure. Every point matters at this stage. Al Jazeera made that very clear.
You could practically feel the tension through those live updates.
Seriously. But here's the thing. The first half, I was surprised. Arsenal came out strong.
They did. Al
Mhm.
Jazeera even used the phrase controlling possession. They were dictating the pace.
Exactly. It felt like just a matter of time before they scored.
That high press was something else. Manchester United were making mistakes left and right.
But then, bam, right before halftime.
Fernandes, what a free kick.
Out of nowhere, I was following the live updates, and it was like a punch to the gut. 1-0. Just like that.
Against the run of play, too. It really shifted the momentum.
Totally. And Declan Rice, after the match, he said, I think in the first half we had some beautiful bits of play, but didn't have that clinical cutting edge.
Wow. He's right, though. Control is one thing, but you got to finish those chances.
I mean, it makes you think, is it just about finishing? Or was there a tactical issue at play?
Insightful question. Maybe it was an over-reliance on build-up play, not enough directness.
Ooh, I like that. So it wasn't just missing a shot here or there. It could be about their approach. Ah, if only we had a tactical board here, right?
Right. But hey, we can paint a pretty good picture with words, too.
That's true. So the second half, what changed? It felt like both teams came out with a whole new energy.
A renewed sense of urgency, for sure.
Absolutely. And the live updates were crazy, chance after chance, incredible saves. And then finally, Rice. He got the equalizer.
You could tell he was determined, after that first half where they just couldn't finish. Al Jazeera talked about Timber's build-up play, which was great, but Rice, he took the initiative, put it in the back of the net.
And can we talk about Raya? That guy was a wall.
Oh, yeah. Crucial performance.
Seriously, Al Jazeera even mentioned this double save against Fernandes. I mean, what a moment. Even Fernandes must have been impressed, secretly.
He saved the day, no doubt. That double save and then that last-minute stop, that's what secured the draw for Arsenal. No Raya, no point.
Couldn't have said it better
Okay.
myself. But then, Rice, even after scoring, he was critical. Al Jazeera quoted him saying, a bit of stupidity from us, and naive in those final minutes, almost gave the game away.
Interesting. So even with the goal, he wasn't satisfied. Maybe it wasn't just a few mistakes, but something bigger, tactically speaking, I mean.
Oh, we're going back to that tactical board idea?
Maybe. But seriously, that high press, maybe it left them vulnerable late in the game, counterattacks and all that.
Hang on, remember that chance Manchester United had around the 87th minute? Rashford, one-on-one with Raya after Arsenal lost the ball way upfield.
Oh, yeah. Classic example of what Rice might be talking about.
Right, so they create chances, maybe not always the best ones, and then they're open at the back.
This match is getting more interesting by the minute, isn't it?
It is. This deep dive is living up to its name. But we've covered a lot about that first half. Anything else our listeners should know before we move on?
Yeah, I think we hit all the important bits from that first half. Arsenal's dominance early on, that surprise goal from Fernandes, and then, those tactical questions Rice brought up.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the second half now. And, well, the big question, what does this draw mean for Arsenal's title hopes? I mean, they needed a win here to catch up to Liverpool, and a draw, well, it feels like a missed opportunity, you know?
It is. It definitely is. They stay in second place, but 15 points behind Liverpool, that's rough.
15 points. Mathematically, they're still in it, but realistically.
Yeah, they'd need a perfect run, and for Liverpool to, completely fall apart.
Okay, but let's just say, hypothetically, Liverpool does start dropping points. Could Arsenal even take advantage of that? I mean, those issues Rice mentioned, are those things you can fix mid-season?
That is the question, isn't it? We've seen Arsenal play amazing football this season. They've got the players, the tactics, and when they're on, they're unstoppable.
But like you said, they've also shown they can be vulnerable in big moments. They don't always have that killer instinct to close out games.
Exactly. That's what separates the champions from everyone else. You got to know how to win even when you're not playing your best, even when it's ugly.
So if Arsenal wants to catch Liverpool this year, or even win titles in the future, they need to fix that.
Absolutely. They got to be more ruthless, score more goals, and, be more disciplined on defense.
It all keeps coming back to those two things Rice said, clinical finishing and being naive. It's like those words sum up their biggest problems right now.
You're right. It's like their whole season in a nutshell. Brilliant at times, then boom, inconsistency.
It's true. Maybe this draw, as disappointing as it is for the title race, maybe it's a wake-up call.
Could be. Even though the result wasn't what they wanted, there were moments, especially in that second half, where you could see how good they can be.
Yeah, I agree. There was that sequence, I think it was around minute 65, with Saka and Martinelli on the right side. They were just tearing through Manchester United's defense.
If they can play like that all the time, watch out.
Right. And we can't forget about Raya, that double save on Fernandes. That was world-class goalkeeping.
He is on fire.
If he keeps playing like that, it gives Arsenal a real chance, a foundation to build on.
For sure.
So it's not all bad news for Arsenal. They have the talent, the tactics, and now a goalkeeper who's playing at the top of his game. But they got to find a way to finish those chances and cut out those mistakes, those moments of naivety.
It's a tough balance, right? You want to attack, score goals, but you can't leave yourself wide open at the back.
So back to the big question. Did this draw show us a fundamental problem with how Arsenal plays? Or was it just an off day, just not being clinical enough when it mattered?
It's probably a bit of both. There are things they can tweak, ways to improve tactically. But there's also that mental side, that winning mentality that champions have.
I'm with you on that. This match, it was like their whole season so far. Amazing moments mixed with, well, moments that make you pull your hair out.
Exactly. And those inconsistencies, that's what they have to fix if they want to win trophies.
Reading those Al Jazeera reports, something else struck me. I noticed something about Bruno Fernandes in those Al Jazeera reports. It wasn't just the goals, it was his leadership. Like right after that free kick, he was, getting his team fired up, telling them to keep pushing.
Little things like that tell you a lot about a player. He wasn't just celebrating, he wanted the whole team to step up.
Oh.
A true captain.
You're right, it's leading by example. And on the Arsenal side, I saw something similar after they went down 1-0. Odegaard, he was right there getting his teammates to keep their heads up.
It's easy to be a leader when you're winning. But in those tough moments, that's when you see who the real leaders are.
It's true. And both Fernandes and Odegaard, they showed that they can handle the pressure.
That's like a whole other side of the game, isn't it? The mental battle. It's not just about skills and tactics. It's about who can handle those setbacks.
And those things, they can be just as important as anything else on the pitch. This deep dive, it's not just about what we see, it's about understanding the whole story.
Absolutely. All those little things, they add up. And in a match like this, where every point matters, they're even more important.
So as we wrap things up here, what's the big takeaway you want our listener to remember?
I think it's this. That draw is more than just a draw. It showed us Arsenal's strengths, but also their weaknesses. They have so much potential, but they have to learn how to win those tight games.
And what about the title race? Are Arsenal fans already looking ahead to next season?
Well, it's not over till it's over, right?
Yeah.
They're catching Liverpool. That's going to be tough. Still, this match showed that Arsenal is a team to watch. They've got talent, a clear style of play, and they never give up.
Yeah. And even if they don't win the title this year, all this experience, all these lessons, they'll make them stronger in the long run.
No doubt about it. They're a young team. They're only going to get better. It's all about learning from these moments, making adjustments, and coming back even stronger.
Could have said it better myself.
Yeah.
So, to our listener, keep an eye on Arsenal. They might not win it all this year, but they're a team on the rise. There's a lot more to come from them. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and we'll see you next time.